7,000 sellout here at the Pacmois Indoor Arena. The first serve from Nawakalor. Italy in white, Brazil in green and blue, and there's the first point. Jose Maria, number 7, the opposite, slotting into a usual role in club volleyball, normally moved out to the opposite role, and you can tell who's serving. You've got it, number 10, it's Gabi. That's going to happen every time she touches the ball, you watch. Figradi with the pass, Nawakalor, big hit, which Martinho was there to keep it in play. Figradi arrives, and that's a big hit, and into the net from the block. So the level, 1-1. It's always good, surely, to get 1 point early on the board. Level, don't let the other team escape.
Well, what I was really impressed with by the Italians in the warm-up was their hitting. They looked absolutely on fire, and they've started on fire.
Amorui at her debut for Italy in the VNL in 2021. That was all on a plate, as simple as you like, and if you give Carol the chance like that, there'll be the fast middle attack, and it'll be a Brazilian point.
And I like the way you say as simple as you like, because it looks simple, but it's not simple. It's so difficult to time that ball with your middle player, but they have been playing together for a long time, these ladies.
One of the best middle blockers in the world. She can weave magic wherever she is on court. Big hit by De Gradi. She goes long, she goes deep. And we're going to get a decision. There should be straight away. There should be an instant replay in which the referee is able to say is out, because it comes up on the tablet which he has right by his refereeing position, and that there's no conflict or controversy. Literally, they're going for a block touch. Okay, it's not in or out. They're going for a block touch. Okay. I think we just got a sneak preview of it, didn't we? That was way over the hands.
The challenge of
it was, and it looked like she was really pushing to get some top spin on that ball, but it was just a little bit mistimed, which is why she couldn't direct that in. She was way over the top of the block.
He's just reminding the players there is no challenge for ball in or out in the VNL in 2023. It comes up immediately on his tablet, or the referee's tablet, male or female, in or out straight away. Macri spreads it wide, it's a big hit, and it's a lovely block by Bossio.
Good timing, closed up nicely. Just protecting that outside hand, making sure it doesn't get swiped off.
Oh, lovely set. Good block by, or good pass by Mazzaro. And this time, Gabi arrives, the pipe attack, and the arena comes alive again.
Absolutely unplayable, Gabi, when she doesn't have a block. That dig right there was fantastic by Italy. But here, there's not even anybody running in the middle. Tayeza was just watching. Nice way to start her account.
Jose Maria then. Not the best serve, but Nawakalor will put that over, and that's very simple for Gabi. And a big hit, and Jose Maria comes through, and Brazil starting fast.
Jose Maria is so dynamic, always ready to take on the block. It's been fantastic in the last few years for Brazil. Really solid, consistent player. Coming in off the bench as well and being strong.
I thought her career was over a few years ago, but she's resurrected in Italy, and now she's become a key part, either a starter or a replacement. She's starting at the moment, and that's a big swing there from Nawakalor.
And that's the way their warm-up looked. Just straight down, bouncing the ball in front of Martinho.
One of a number of players, including Francesca Bossio, who's serving now, announced herself on an international stage at the VNL in Rimini during the pandemic years in 2021, and she impressed them with her striking, Nawakalor. Very impressive.
It's all very well to do 1 or 2 great hits. It's all about the consistency, and that's what the coaches are looking for. Consistency under pressure.
Mayada with the serve. De Gradi tries to unload, and this time it comes up. You sense she's trying to make a point here. Really quite an intense player always, but absolutely committed and determined with every shot.
Well, all of these players from Italy are wanting to make their mark in the team as well. Make sure they're remembered.
Quite a bit of pressure on them in a way, and that tells for De Gradi because they're 8th in the standings at the moment. Only the top 8 go through to the finals. This is the last week to qualify, and there's a 6-point gap between the team in 8th, Italy, and the team in 7th. So it's Brazil actually, because so they're close together in terms of 7 and 8, but there's 6-point gap. So Italy really need to get a 3-point win today. 3-0 or 3-1 if you're new to volleyball. That's what you get. 3 points for a clean sweep or a 3-1 victory. Mayada didn't get that one to touch, but there's a bit of skill. An experienced head from Carol, knowing I can see the hole, there's a tip.
Just patrolling the net, making sure that she just does what she has to do. This was a great one-handed dig. And just too close to the net. Nothing Danesi could do with that.
You can see why Italy have gone for the timeout.
Ok? Prima roba questa, poi andiamo sul break. Occhio però sull'esclamativa a tenere i nostri tempi, Poi andiamo sul break, in battuta, adesso libere. Non mi interessa dove. Fate la vostra miglior battuta e andate, ok? Però più qualità in difesa, con la zona 1 che sta più avanti, ok? Questa zona 6 qui che aiuta, e il 2 che torna sempre sulle seconde linee, ok? Via, vamos!
A lot of great information coming out of the coach there, directing about the defense, the serve, the block. Obviously, these teams come in with big game plans. They might have a plan B, plan C, depending on who comes on the court. I'm pretty certain of knowing who's going to be on the court for Brazil, especially in this first set.
Taisa with the serve. Lovely tip, beautifully played. Amorui rising high. Second top scorer on the Italian team with 103 points now, behind Nawakalora 155. Beautiful tip, wasn't it?
It was well timed. Carol was just so far up in the air.
Well, how did Gabby get that? Talk about improvisation. The block moving quickly. Martina driving them on from the libero position. Easily read there from Rosa Maria. And then Nawakalor goes big and goes long.
That rally just looked a little bit kind of off for Italy there. None of the hits were particularly crisp. None of the touches were particularly perfect. They had to work really hard. And then eventually, the mistimed hit.
So Brazil still with this 4-point margin. Ominous for Italy. Nice hit, but that's long again from De Gradi, and there is no touch. She appeals to the referee, but Yu Yang is completely unimpressed.
They've got to have a go. Mayara she did a good job getting out of the way in the backcourt there for Brazil.
Big leap from Nawakalor, but the double block from Carol and Gabby sorted that. Gabby now takes over. Macris didn't land for Mayara. So Nawakalor will go once more, and she does it. Did that go through the seam?
Well, it definitely went through the defenders, that's for sure. Tough one to decide who would take that.
Well, that was repulsed the first time, and then what happened second? Here we go. Nawakalor, the go-to player.
Well, it's too fast for both the defence and the block.
Was it too fast for us? Rosa Maria unloads in an unfamiliar outside hitter roll, but this time Gabby off the hands takes the point with her unfamiliar opposite slot there on position 2. But 11-6, look at that already.
Well, if you're an outside hitter or an opposite and you want to watch somebody who's got such a beautiful style, watch Gabby.
Lovely. Fast middle, Boscio Mezzaro.
And that was beautiful style from the middle as well, from Italy. Just being there all the time, that's the middle's job. Run in, run in, run in. Sometimes you the decoys, sometimes you will get set. You've got to be ready.
Youngest player on course, Loveth Amoroi, 20 years old. That's a big hit from Amara. And she got hold of that in such a big way. They claim there was a touch, and I think they're going for the video challenge. They are. Well, we've just seen a replay there. I'm not sure that was a touch at all, but maybe I'll be proved wrong. The ball moves so fast. Reminder, you can have 2 rejections in terms of video challenges, but as many positive receptions from...
It's okay? Okay.
I think they're accepting it, are they? Big hit from Degradi going against one more. Oh! Big, strong, and in the middle, that's come off for Alessia Mazzaro. Flame-haired middle. This is more like it from Italy.
Well, she's doing a great job running in, as I said before, and again being set. So Bossio connecting with the middles early. It's a good sign for Italy.
From one blocker to another there. You were impressed by that, were you?
Wow, the height of this hit too. She saw she had 2 blockers in front of her. She could whip it to the side with ease.
She gets the highest spike on either side of the net, 3 meters 18. I bet that was a bit higher the way she took off them. And look at the strapping on the left knee as well, which has caused all the problems in her career. That's another wonderful block too. Quick work by Mayara there.
Great job again by Brazil on the block. Just being patient. Really nice penetration from Tejes that she had to rush to get out there. And like you said, she has got that big strap on the knee. Not bothering her though.
Oppure cerchiamo solo alto e non forte. E così è già 2 volte che la palla ci fugge perché pensiamo solo a tirare alto e non a entrare forte, o perché aspettiamo. Le state vedendo più grosse di quelle che sono, eh. Pensiamo a noi, a quello che facciamo di solito, ok? Più qualità in attacco. Dai, andiamo, via!
Pretty sure Tejes wears that brace on her leg just for precaution. She's probably been doing that ever since she did seriously injure her knee, but it is so amazing when players have those injuries and they can come back. She's also got fairly serious ankle straps as well, so she's really making sure she's taking care of her body. She's 36 years old.
You're speaking from the heart here, aren't you? You know all about injuries for knees and so on, having been a beach player, an indoor player and then a beach player. And still having trouble with your knees. So Rosa Maria. Degradi will try to redeem herself. That's a big powerful swing from well off the net. Mayara lets fly, and there's nothing that Nwakalo could do there.
Solid hit from the outside hitter from Brazil. Just waiting, biding her time. Gabby makes a great pass in on that hit. She had to come in a little bit on it, but made sure it was deep enough to put away.
Rosa Maria getting a good service run here. Oh, I thought I was going to skim the net.
You jinxed her then, Jonathan.
True. But I thought I was going to carry on. It was going to skim the net and just drop over. Because that was the service pressure. We saw that last night in the match between Thailand and the Netherlands. The Thailand team were well clear. The crowd were loving it. But then the Netherlands turned the tables with some wonderful serving. Bongarts and Elina Timmerman. And that changed the match. It's not just about big hits. It's also about clever serving.
It is, and that's really the only way Italy are going to be able to get Brazil in any trouble. Because right now, Brazil just dominating. Their hitting is just so strong.
Mayara on serve. A lot of strapping on her left knee as well. And that's going to be good. That's an ace. The flight of the ball deceiving Omarui.
On television, you can't really see the flight of the ball, the way it moves and floats around on screen, but when you're out there, gee, it moves fast, and all of a sudden you think it's on, 10 centimetres almost away from where you originally tracked it.
Make that Degradi, sorry, and Villani's come on in her place. So one outside hitter for another. Villani getting a chance to establish herself. It's her first really big chance at this international level, and straight away, having come on in position 6, she now goes to serve, having moved in this serve rotation round to position 1. So Francesca Villani, 28 years old, going to be playing for Scandicci next season in the Italian league. That's very close to the net, but Gabby will somehow work that magnificently, rising. That was so close to the net, yet she got a point.
She just seems to hang in the air when she hits the ball. You'd think there's no way she can get past the block, but she finds the height, she finds the hands, the soft part of the block, and she just works the ball off it. She hits across her body and out.
She's such a slight figure, yet, boy, does she pack a punch.
It's all about technique.
That's, well, you've just said it there. Omarui cut that beautifully.
That was a beautiful, yeah, like a cut shot almost. Wasn't a full hit, but she got so much angle on it. She was able to get past the two blockers. You see Carol was really bunched in on her outside.
Nice pick up there by Amada. And then an overhead swing. We don't often see one of those from Gabby. That's more like Engapet, really. Just sort of, in the men's game, just swings his right arm. Whoa.
Wow. That's how sometimes she does get that power, and that little bit of difference of arm swing makes it difficult for the blockers to time correctly as well.
Macris just creeping that ball over the net. That's another great block. Italy build again. Omarui going for placement. Matinia. And now to Gabby. Steadies herself. Big block. Was there a touch off the hands? There was. Carell acknowledges that. And it's a welcome point to Italy. Still 7 points off. Miles behind.
Miles behind, but they've definitely got... They've got the skills in the toolbox. They know they have. They just have to put them all together. And when the big points count, they need to make sure they win those rallies. Now, this set is almost out of their sight. It's not over yet, but it'll be very difficult to get in from here for Italy. But of course, we're playing the best of 5. You never know what's going to happen.
Here's Giulia Gennari. Senior debut for her. And it's in play against Brazil. That's the right start. And then Gabby tried to cut it cross court, pass from Gennari, who's going to be full in action now. And Villani takes over at that particular juncture. And then a lovely hit, well measured by Rosa Maria.
Came in a little bit early. I think she may have been expecting a lower set, but she was still able to manage that in her style. She's got such a beautiful across-your-body hit. She can flip it high.
They'll know all about her on the Italian side of the net because she's played for Busto, she's played for Novara, Perugia, Casamaggiore. They know exactly what she can do. Yeah, great reactions from Villani to keep it in play, but here come Brazil again. It's just a wave after wave, but wonderful from Manuel on her senior debut, rising high. The opposite. Number 32 comes on. Lovely pass from Villani. And then up goes Manuel and Mazzaro together.
Really nicely formed block.
And there's Miriam Silla, who's been ruled out of contention for playing. She got a foot injury. So Linda Nwakalor comes in. So the captaincy has moved from Silla to Anna Danesi, middle blocker.
Doing a really great job in the middle blocking there. Alicia Mazzaro. She sees Carol coming. She expects that across the body hit.
Nice pass. Villani, lovely cut, and that familiar sheer and raw. She bends double almost, having got a... What's this though? She hit this absolutely full on. Boom, and then the raw, yes, shouting to the floor. So she's in the groove quickly. Let's see if Italy can somehow make up these 5 points. There's Gabby. Oh, what a great dig. Take 2. A bit more rhythm at the moment with Italy. Martinia pops it up. Here comes Gabby. She was going for a touch off the hands, and that was almost into the rosette.
Well, that's that roundhouse hit. When she does get that one, it's just a bit too much. That was such a great dig, as you said. But Italy were behind in this entire rally. They didn't really get a chance until Gabby sailed it out.
Good run of points, but can they keep it going? Can they keep the pressure on Brazil? Manuel goes for the tip. Martina hurls herself forward. Macris to Rosa Maria. but what another great block. Here come Italy. He's changing up Mazzanti, and the substitutes and the replacements are certainly paying dividends, and Zé Roberto's seen enough for now.
Well, that ball had to go behind because the libero from Brazil was in the way of the outside hitter, so the blocker had time to get over there. Such great setting.
Mais chutada. Valeu. Vambora de novo. Ela já saiu puxando aqui, fechando o seu corredor. Paciência no passe de novo.
Well, even with that big run of points there, 13 to 17, they're still behind. Just goes to show what lead Brazil had. They've just taken the pressure off, and Italy have stepped up a bit, as you said, with some of the substitutes. Doing a great job. You know.
It can work one of two ways, can't it? The team, we saw this Thailand last night, it didn't really work. The chemistry was there. Here, there's a real chemistry. They know each other, playing away through the junior age groups in the Italian setup. It's a real chance to make a name for themselves. And that's put out by Carol, and they're closing. That's 6 points in a row now.
Well, it's not often that you'll see 6 points scored against such a strong squad as the Brazilians.
Morui with the serve. Martinha, nice pass. Well up by Bosil. Pilani again, goes for a touch off the hands. And she's got it, you know. Off the block, there's no challenge at all by the Brazilian team.
Rosa Maria threw hands in the air straight away, saying no touch, no touch. But it was obvious to the referee.
Just look at the stretch and the power that Villani transmits to the ball. Rosa Maria coming in. There's no touch there either, and they're level. 20 all. What a turnaround!
Wow, wow, wow. Who would have saw that coming? Not I.
I don't think Zé Roberto did either. Well, they're going for a block touch, but really? I didn't see much conviction, did you?
No,
Among the blue and green shirts. Here we go, Rosa Maria. Was there a block touch? I'm willing to be proved wrong, and I'm sure Zé Roberto would hope that I'm proved wrong.
Chris, show.
While he's got a video challenge, it's almost like a timeout, because he's got a chance to have a word.
Well, that's
with his
exactly
players.
right, and that's exactly why you use those challenges, especially at this point of the match. You can have 2 incorrect challenges per set.
One's gone down for Brazil, only one left in this set. Italy don't care, they're on such a good run. Martinha, it's a deceptive serve from Omarui. Amada can't get it down. Do you know what? Carol's put that out as well, and Brazil lead 21-20. This match has turned on its head.
I just feel like Brazil's stiffened up a little bit. They've got a little bit complacent, well, not complacent, but just a little bit, not worried, but, and that hit from Carol, normally she would, it was a little bit past her, it was going too fast, normally she would have just flicked that one down, so.
We've got setter for setter. Roberto's been sent on for Macris. So Zé Roberto feeling that he needs to freshen things up. Here's Omarui again. What another good serve that is. Just dying in front of Martinha. This is a bit of a scramble. It's an overpass. Martinha getting in the way of Rosa Maria. And then Gabi! Well, that's more as much of relief as celebration, I think.
Well, I'm just so impressed with Roberta coming in then and at this point of the match, setting, making the decisions where to put the ball. It's always a good decision to set Gabi, though.
Best setter in Poland last year in the Polish league, so she is good. In fact, who's not good on the Brazilian team, frankly. Omarui. Oh! He can't believe it, but Malo almost definitely can.
The excitement is really building for the Italians. They've just got to hold their composure here now to try and finish this off. was unfortunate for the Brazilians, just too tight. Nothing really could be done with that one.
She got up so well, 1m88. Oh, and Sofia Dodorico onto the serve. The specialist, and it goes into the net. And we're level at 22 all, and do you know what? You ask anyone around here, you could get 50-50 as to who's going to win this set at the moment. Italy look absolutely buried at 19-12, and here we are. Oh, it's ace by Rosa Maria.
How does that happen? That's that just lapse of concentration by the back line there from Italy. Maybe already thinking about the end of this first set.
So Brazil steal back into the lead. It's another good serve picked up by Omurui. Manoa will try to kill it, and boy, can she kill that. Such power.
The speed of the set gave her the opportunity to go one-on-one.
So we're back level, and it's Manoa on serve. She's really kept it up. Nice tip. Bosio, Omurui on the pipe. Oh. Going for a touch off the hands, but that was ambitious.
Yeah, just mistiming her approach underneath the ball a bit. Couldn't get the wrap on the top spin. Now Brazil are in with a chance to still take this out.
This is the set point then. As Mayara serves. Manoa, she's not missed one of those yet, has she? Absolutely thrashed that throw.
Love the way she comes in too. It's just a really solid first step, and then it's the big close to get the power. She's almost right on the net. Great set again.
Big star for Castelmaggiore last season, off to Milano for next year in Serie A. It's a wonderful block. Omurui. Wow, it's set point Italy, and Zé Roberto cannot believe it.
Beautiful block. Hands over the net. Nowhere to go on that one.
So Francesca Villani, on her big senior debut, has a chance to close out this first set against the 2016 Olympic champions. Oh, she was going for the float, which was just going to drop and die inside that service line.
And that was a gutsy leave as well from the Brazilians. That was a, oh, I hope you're out. Look.
Never in doubt. So, Taisa. No skimming the net. Danesi can't put it away. Norton Rosa Maria. Roberta splits it to Gabi. And once more. Still she can't get through. This time to Rosa Maria, switches play, and she's put it off the block and takes Brazil to set point again.
Wow, that rally just had us all on the edge of our seats. Gabby just working hard, but then Rosa Maria was there for the release. Beautiful.
So Brazil needing to get 2 points ahead of Italy, and likewise Italy trying to do the same. Here comes Manoa. Can she land this? Oh, she's gone for a block touch. That's out, says the referee. There'll be a challenge by Davide Mazzanti in Italy. They're going to dispute that straight away. And the referee Liu Jiang of China says, yep, okay. So no celebrations just yet. Let's see. Have Brazil got this set, or was there a touch off the block?
Oh, yes.
That was Gabby, wasn't it?
That was a big touch.
It's Ponte's mistake. Okay, now 23.
So we're level again. 26 all. Roberta swings it again to Gabby. Oh, yes! She can't believe it, and nor can Zé Roberto.
Just turned too much on that left.
I thought that was going to be on the line, down the line. Well, they're going for a block touch. Well, they've had to change gear there because there's no in or out.
No, they know it was out, so they may as well use their final video challenge.
Well, if it's rejected, it's good night, isn't it? But it could well be good night anyway if they lose the next point. Because currently, Italy will have the set point.
Yeah, but it was showing Rosa Maria.
This is technique problem. Sorry.
Yeah, but it was Rosa Maria.
No touch. No touch.
So, Italy with their captain, Anna Danesi. The set point. Oh, they've done it! Italy take the first set. And it's Giulia Gennari, who only came on as a replacement late on this first set. And she blocks. And Italy take the lead, take the first set. They were completely out of it. 19-11 down.
We talked about what the blockers were going to do. We really, I mean, I really thought that the blocking from Carol and Taesa were really going to be dominant in this match. But the blockings all come from Italy. They got 6 direct blocking points in that first set. Incredible blocking, great work by the players that we thought might not
B+,
lift.
as you said.
We thought they might not lift for this game, but, there's nothing to lose in a sense when you're not expected to win. It's almost easier. And that's it. 6 blocks to Italy, nothing for Brazil. Attacks, nothing in it. A couple more errors even from Italy, but when it counted, they put the points on the scoreboard right at the end of the set.
Well, who needs Kirikella? Who needs Agonu? Who needs Gennaro?
Well, they're making their mark, that's for sure.
Very impressive. Bosetti, Pietrini, are you watching? Well, that's given us a game to go for, hasn't it? I think plenty of us were thinking Brazil, with all their experience, and as you say, a weakened Italian lineup, but he's made the changes as Mazzazzi, and that's changed things completely.
And it just goes to show the depth in Italy. I mean, another...
She's loving it, isn't she? Miriam Siller, as we see her there shouting at the team.
Another league in the world that is so strong. She can't believe it. Well, she can believe it. She's pretty happy about it. But another league in the world that is incredibly strong. We talk about Turkey being one of the stronger leagues. Brazil have a great strong league. Italy, they see the best players in the world from all the countries around the world. They want to play professionally in Italy as well. They've got all these great competitions happening every single weekend. They're just going to get better and better. And these squads, all these ladies are playing with some of the players, the best players from different countries around the world in their club teams. So, I'm not surprised about the depth. And they certainly had the energy and the excitement in that.
Well, it's fantastic to see. I mean, we've now got a real contest on our hand because, for example, if Brazil had gone on from 19-11 to win, let's say, 25-18, I mean, 7 points, that's a thrashing. But now they've come through. Brazil have had set points, so to Italy, but they've actually seen them off. The likes of Villani trying to make a name for herself, Gennari, Maloar, 3 changes, and it's changed the dynamic completely. Now the pressure's very much on Brazil, as you say. What's there to worry about for Alessia Mezzaro, who's just coming on there? The likes of Gabi and Taesa and Carol, who've done so much in this world. Silver medals here, there, and everywhere. Gold medals as well in the Olympics in 2016. Now, something to think about. So Roberta is staying on as setter in place of Macris. It's Gabi, Carol, Rosa Maria, Mayara and Taesa, and then Danesi, Nwakalo, Omorui, Mazzaro, Bossio and Villani stayed on. Maloal's gone back off for now. So, if you're just joining us on volleyballworld.tv, if you're just joining us now, you missed the first set. Fantastic. Don't go anywhere now. Just lock in. Jonathan Nedjard and Kerry Potters waiting now as Roberta serves for Brazil. Opening serve of the second set. Omorui gets it over, and it dies a death in front of Roberta.
Well, I think one of the reasons why Roberta is on is a bit more height on the block, perhaps, to help out. Italian attack has been so good.
It's the power from Villani and Maloal and Nwakalo. So Nawakalo will start at the moment in place for now, anyway. Restored to the starting lineup ahead of Malawar, but maybe they're going to use the two of them. And go with them with both barrels, as you might say. Rosa Maria can't get them to stick at the moment, like Malawar and Nawakalo. There she goes, and she's pushed that wide, hasn't she? Ooh, is that in?
Well,
So I thought that was screwed out, but anyway.
that one is judged as being in. But what about the pick
What
up?
about the dig as well?
The one-handed dig, and then she's back up there
No, that's
hitting the
bang
winner.
on. Absolutely bang on. Latinia thought that was going out, and she was wrong.
That point was all Nawakalo.
And she's still on serve. Brazil at the moment out of rhythm. That's 3 points now for Italy. What a fast start this is.
Well, the heads are hanging a little bit on the Brazilian side. They can't quite work out what's happening, what they need to do.
Fascinating. How this game, the momentum swung so decisively. That's a bit more like it. Fast middle. Something's reliable.
Carol was pretty emphatic after that by just cheering on her team and turning around and letting her setter know, yes, that's the way.
Well, that's the one thing, one of the many trump cards. They have such experience. They've been here, done that. That's going to come. My word, that almost was allowed to go to ground. Latinia got there in time, and it's still not really under control. Rosa Maria comes in. Oh, that's clever. Beautifully rolled.
Well, she'll make a good beach player one day when she decides to retire from the indoor national team. That was a beautiful little roll shot, as we would call it on the beach. But it was great timing too. She just knew she had a big block in front of her. She was on her way down a little bit. Smart play.
Friederich, who's more recognised outside hitters, come on. Number 5 for Mayara. So Zerroberta not afraid to mix it up as well, just like Davide Mazzante. Something had to change, and something has to change too for Brazil. Omorui, ever-present starter for Davide Mazzante in this VNL. Nice little touch. Ooh, that's very close to net. And Villani has to change tack, but still gets there, goes left-handed. No wonder there's a big smile. She hasn't put a hand or a finger wrong so far.
I was just going to say, nothing seems to be going wrong at all for the Italians every time they get an opportunity. It's really crisp. Except for that serve.
But that serve was, I mean, she was cutting the margins every time they're getting lower and lower, and it's a really clever serve. It just gets her, somehow just skims the door, just flies over the net and then drops, beautifully floated.
And it's that risk-reward when you're really trying to go for something so low. Sometimes it doesn't quite pay off.
Well, every reason to, because at the moment Brazil are in a corner. Nice pass. And the Nawakalo comes through. Taisa and Friederich are there. Oh, it's off the hands from Villani. She can do no wrong.
She's hitting it really nice and high, getting a lot of heat behind it. She has a big, strong whack at that.
Oh, it's dropped over, and that's one of the tricky ones, isn't it?
Yeah, well done there by Roberta, just making sure.
A little sheepish smile there. Was that coming back over? Was it coming back over? Oh, yes, beautifully disguised as well, Roberta. Caused to slight throw Villani off the scent. Was that going to get over or was it not? And it did. Oh, that's put away. She's been quiet on it, Denise, hasn't she? We've seen normally a lot more of her.
Yes, it's going to the outsides more, or has been, throughout this first and halfway through the second. Maybe that's a little bit of a change-up that they can just keep the Brazilians guessing.
Nicely put away.
Well,
Does that with such disdain, doesn't she, Taisa? Such power.
and talking about being quiet, she's also been a little quiet through the middle, Tayeza. definitely left a mark on that one.
Dent in the floor on the other side of the net. Nice pass. Caught that really well, Villani. Wonderful pass, the reception, and then went for the return and put that away.
Again, set up by a great set, keeping
You can always
the
tell.
striker with one-on-one.
I've seen a lot of Francesca Villani playing in the Italian league, and when she's up, she's absolutely flying, but you'll see if the body language droops if things don't go well. But at the moment, she is carrying a real threat every time she gets on the ball.
Danese really working hard from Italy to get out to close that block. Couldn't quite form it properly to keep Gabby at bay.
Can't believe Davide Mezzanti thought this match would unfold as it is at the moment. But they've done really well, and that's first error by Fatinho as the pass drops out on the other side of the net, and Thaisa will walk back purposefully. Another carrot for her, incentive to come back, of course, is the Olympics in Paris next year. Oh, wonderfully put away. Omorui, beautiful.
It's been called a push. Referee didn't like it.
Do
this one.
Very big catch.
Yes, but every girl in the world do this.
What do you reckon?
Saying that was caught. Well, we don't see it very often. I did hear someone, I think it was Danese, was saying every girl in the world does that, but it's 50-50 for me.
It's 8-all. That's a big point, because Brazil have come back into it, and on a good run from Thaisa. Take that, Omorui. If he didn't like that first one, he had damn well gonna like this one.
Nice fast play off the fingers again. The Italians really working the block. They're not worried about the block at all. I think we were more worried, or I was more worried about the Brazilian block leading into this game.
Well work by Roberta. Quick reactions.
Gabby comes alive. She just puts so much energy into the team. She flies through the air like that. A few more of those. That might take the wind out of the sails a little bit of the Italians.
Well, when Gabby was flying, so were Brazil. She's been grounded for much of the last 20 minutes. Nice swing, but that's straight out.
The Italians, a little bit of a younger squad than the Brazilians, a little bit less experience, and that might hurt them when this game, the whole entire match, comes to the crunch.
Drifts out and wide. And the key for Italy, as you say, they're a much younger squad. But it's how they stay in touch, because they must have been expecting a response from Brazil, but at the moment, they're very much in touch. One set up and 10-all in this second set. It's a great block. Alessia Mazzaro, not much gets past her with that mane of red hair.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful to watch that hair fly through the air from the middle, get up there, penetrate over, timing's perfect, closes the block so well. Strong hand to keep that in the court. Wow! Best hit of the tournament so far, I would say, through the middle from Carol.
As befits one of the best players in the world. Up and down and absolutely nowhere near that. And frankly, it was just as well, because that would have hurt. Taking the finger off. Oh, you could see what she was trying to do. Just float that over the net. Just not enough pounds behind that to get it over. Needed a few more kilograms to push that over. Here comes Omorui, one of the star servers so far. Tina picks it off her toes. Carol doesn't get through. Oh, that does.
She wants to be the setter. Wow, she loved that. There's no way she was going to set that ball. When she's got a ball on the net like that, of course she's going to do something with it. I'll set you. No, I won't.
Lovely. Lovely flourish, yes. Oh, yeah. Picture of the match so far. Now followed up with a good serve. That's in play. Oh, everything in system.
Passing has been magnificent from the Italians.
Clinch. Much more of a contest in this second set. Brazil were running away with the first set and eventually fell off the perch because Italy somehow clawed their way back with a number of substitutions, 3 of them, but at the moment you're close to call. Villani high in the air, and then Danesi tries to put that away, but Matinha is strong, and then Gabi arrives with a thunderous swing.
Wow! The Wakalor was there. She almost had that.
Maria on serve. It's picked up by Villani. Very close to the net, but well read by Flick-Dorich. Oh, yes. Gabi just beginning to find her range, you sense.
I also sense that the Brazilian team, the squad, the 6 that they've got on now are starting to work together a little bit better. They, you know, with Roberta on there, kind of rhythm with Gabi now.
Flick-Dorich, I think, has made a change as well. Much more of a recognised outside hitter, and Davide Mazzanti's gone for a timeout. Down. Italy with 2 points to make up, having taken the first set. 28-26. She gets up so well, and the set is just where she wants it. Silvia Nawakalor.
She jumps really far forward as well, and you know, it's almost like a normal outside set. She's hitting it from having to jump from behind the attack line.
Francesca Bossio getting her chance with Oro and Malinov not involved in the setter role. Big swing by Rosa Maria. And Brazil starting to fire on a few more cylinders now.
Roberta just has so many options with Rosa Maria opposite Gabi when she's front court and back court. The 2 great middles, Carol and Taeza. I mean, it's like a feast of attackers.
Flick-Dorich on serve. Gabi reaching over, I'm sure she'll get done for that, won't she? Yeah, reaching over. Gabi's going to protest.
Well, the ball was pretty much 50-50. Not something that you can challenge.
That'll fuel his sense for justice here, Roberto. Rarely breaks a smile on court. He's so successful. And yet it's intense. Painful for him, it seems, during the game. Lovely touch by Gabi.
Challenge catch floor.
Well, the Italians thought they had that ball up. The referee thought it did hit the ground.
Touch the hand also. Okay.
That's a good save there by Gabi. Let's have a look here. Oh!
Yeah, touch floor. It was touch.
That looked like it landed on the hand. From that angle, anyway. Nope, not being given the point.
Just where you're not on the video challenge.
That is a technique problem. They cannot shoot to the screen. But the challenge referee tell me is touch floor.
But it's not, because she... On the replay there was
No
the
problem.
ball.
I will tell the challenge referee solution this situation, okay?
Well, looks like a pretty good hand there.
Oh, touch, shoot touch, please. No.
Very, very important point there.
Well, that could have been 16 all. Instead, it's 17-15 in favour of Brazil. And Thaisa will serve now. How will the Italians react? Here comes Omarui. Caught that. Block touch. Oh, they're going to go mad at that one, aren't they?
It did look pretty wayward, but they're going to go for the challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Touch.
Alessia Mazzaro,
Touch for Italy.
who's standing just in front of the advertising hoarding by having a word now with the
It's touch.
reserve referee or the third official, just saying, come on, just not happy at all. Straight away into the coach's ear.
If this goes against Italy, they're really going to have to perhaps maybe have a timeout or do something to stop the Brazilians.
Because they've lost one challenge already. If they lose this, they've got no more challenges in this set. You can have as many challenges as you like, as long as they're held. If they're rejected, you're in trouble. Over the hands, wasn't it?
Yep.
So that's 2 challenges gone.
But you must show low block touch, right? Low block. Okay.
Right.
Great refereeing, keeping his composure. It's hard when you've got women out there just shouting at you, and they're so emotional. This means so much. What a serve. Beautiful serve.
That ball is going to get something somewhere from someone in a white shirt, I think, because it hasn't gone their way recently.
I'm just loving seeing Wakalo hit from that position. She's won so many of her points coming out of the pipe there.
Doing what she needs to do when she's called upon. It's not been the most fluid performance by her or any of the Brazilians, frankly, but guess who's in the lead?
I think they're finally starting to find their range together as a six.
Omarui going for depth and finds it beautifully down the line. Wonderful placement. Watch this. Down the line was an option, as was cross court, but took that so well.
Well, they would have watched videotape too, knowing that in certain positions where the setter is defending, what is open, what the tendencies are of the defense.
Okay, here we go. So Gennari and Malawal have come on for Bossio and for Nawakalo. It's exactly the change that Mazzanti did in the first set, and what an impact they had. That's out, too long. Much closer in terms of the scoreline when Gennari and Malawal came on. This is a big point, though. Gennari goes for Omarui, and off the hands they get it right. We're in business in terms of being neutral and waiting to see, wanting to see another close contest for this second set.
Yeah, beautiful hit. Sees that she has a lot of line open. Rosa Maria way inside on that one.
Omarui on serve. Again, it drops just in front of Roberta, or rather Gabi. Beautifully cut across court. Francesca Villani.
Well, did she come on, like you said, in the first set? She really fired the team up with some big hitting, and that one right in the pocket. Rita Roig, she was there, it was just too fast for her.
And it's Omarui again on serve. They are such a cunning flight. Oh, foot fault.
Yeah, we saw that one.
Dear me.
Big foot fault. Not even a little one. She was way over the line. Just getting a little bit too anxious, perhaps. Gonna shake that off now.
Yeah, shake it down, away, park it, gone. She's had such a good match so far as well. Youngest player on court, and now she's lovely pass. Manawal, oh, I tell you what, that didn't happen much in the first set. Absolutely blocked out. Monster block.
And this is where experience can really take its toll. The Brazilians have stayed patient. They know the Italians are coming at them. And they're just going for too much. The big, big hit. Not aware that you've got two of the biggest blockers right in front of you.
So Omaru just been taken out for a bit of a rest as Sofia Dodorico, number 16, comes on. Outside hitter for outside hitter. After Pinarolo next season. And she's already clever play, clever serve, target the player who is going to be just coming on court. So it's an ace. And Carol will take that very happily. And they're now within 2 points of closing out the second set. So are we going to be hearing from the Brazilian bench, from Kerry Potthurst when she gets down there to talk to the two coaches, as is the new way within volleyballworld.tv at the VNL and the World Championships, where there's a 5-minute break between sets 2 and 3, and we get a chance to hear the thoughts of the two coaches. Nice pass, that's better. Oh, the block didn't work for Brazil, and Italy have 1 point back. Nice set. Big swing. Wakalor back on court. Just a little change that was for Manawal and Janari. As Bossio and Wakalor once again back on court. Quick switch. The middle attack. And that's set points. 4 set points for Brazil. Roberta, how quick was she? And there was Kaisa, very fast against Danesi. So Rosa Maria, can she close this out with an ace maybe? But it's in play. Dodorico, not the smoothest pass, but Wakalor will come charging through. The pipe from Dani is not good enough, doesn't go to ground, so take 2. Here comes Pidorovic. Again, doesn't go to ground. Ooh, that's very close to the net from Villani. Wakalor will go for a touch off the block. It doesn't get it. Will they go for an appeal or a video challenge? No, they won't. That's the second set to Brazil. And we're level at 1 set all. She gave that everything, but Gabi was absolutely convinced that was way over the hands, and therefore no need to touch it. It's sailing out. Knew where she was. He might crack a smile. No, not yet. But anyway, it's 1 set all. And it's all to play for in Bangkok. The Hua Mak Indoor Arena. 28-26, Italy storming through there from having been 19-11 down, and then just broken by the greater experience, the better cohesion of the Brazilian 6. Not much in it really, was there? Except, look at that last line, opponent errors 8 by Italy, and that's been an issue. Errors creeping in. They will claim there were 1 or 2 calls from the referee which went against them, but that can happen to both teams. It's how you manage them, how you process them, and how you move on. But we've seen some fantastic play from both sides of that. Wakalor, at the moment, has just the 5 points. Gabi's got 8, top scorer, just stolen into the lead in terms of top scorers, leading scorers. Villani's got 7. And she has certainly made a big difference instead of Alicia De Gradi. Right, let's get down to Kerry Potthurst.
Italy have come out really, really strong in the first set. What have you done as a squad to stop them? They're so energetic and come out with that second set that you can take through from here.
I mean, we let our guard down by the end of the first set, and I think we played well the second one. You can see that the team is still getting used to each other. It's Gabby's first game in the VNL, but I think, yeah, it was a great second set, better than the first one for sure.
Thank you, and it was good to see the team coming together again, and great to see the players coming off the bench. Good luck for the next sets.
Julia Bergman, with joint Brazilian and German nationality, plays her volleyball in Georgia Tech in the USA. So a naturally fluent English speaker. A third language, German and Portuguese and English. So that's the Brazilian viewpoint. Let's have a word now with Davide Mazzanti. Over to you again, Kerry, when you're ready. Kerry ready then with the Italian coach. All yours, Kerry. I wonder if you can hear me. Can you hear me, Kerry? Because I can see you're all set, ready to go. Go.
Yeah, we are ready to go. Sorry about that. Fantastic first set. Your team came out really, really strong. What do you need to do now to get into the next couple and take it out?
I think we have to work better on exclamative pass, because in this situation we don't choose the best shot, and I think on blocking defense we are working better against Carol, because we were not maintain the game plan against Carol. Only this.
Thank you. Good luck.
It's only Carol. You got Thaisa as well. I mean, two big blockers. And of course, the thing is about those two, they are such experienced players. They have been around a long time, but they're still seemingly, their appetite is still there. Thaisa's 36. You've got Carol, who's 32. So they've done the Olympic Games, they've done the World Championships, they've done the World Grand Prix, which is the forerunner of the VNL. Gold medalists they were in 2017, so they've been there, done that. So for the likes of Omarui and Manawal and Nawakalor, it's to their credit they've pushed them so far. But now is another challenge. Taken the first set, lost the second. How do they react? How are Rosa Maria, we can see there, and Roberta and Macris, how are they going to come out then for this third set? Can they build on that? Or will Italy be able to fight their way back? Francesca Bossio smiling there, doing her credentials as a top-class, top-flight setter. No harm, and certainly Omarui playing really well. Just 20 years old, made her debut 2 years ago in the VNL in 2021, when Italy focused entirely on the Olympics, which didn't actually work. And there are those who would say, well, why are they focusing again on the European Championships, the likes of Agonu and their key players, Di Gennaro, Chirichella, Bossetti, Pietrini, they're all being rested. There's a danger as the holders, they may not make the top 8. They're fragile at the moment in 8th place, 6 points behind the team in 7th, Brazil. So they need to get a win under their belts early. They've got Canada, Croatia and Japan to come.
So I must heard the challenge referee is touch or no touch. You must follow, okay? Because in the TV, everybody in TV is okay. Okay, thank you, thank you.
A word there with the two captains about just taking the word, taking the verdict, accepting the verdict of the video challenge referee, who's just sitting away to our left here in the Huamak Indoor Arena in Thailand. We're ready to go with Nawakalor with a serve, which is long, and that's Brazil's first point of this third set. With Roberta, Gabi, Carol, Rosa Maria, Pridovic and Thaisa. With Nawakalor, Omarui, Mazzaro, Bossio, Villani and Danesi for Italy. There's Mazzaro making her presence felt straight away at the net. That's more like it for Davide Mazzanti, who was saying that, as you would have heard, because he was talking to you, Kerry Potas, that he needs a bit of more action to take care of number 15, Carol.
It's never easy to get past Carol.
What were you just saying?
Yeah, never easy to block Carol. But that was almost, I've got to say, another foot fault there from Italy on the serve. Really cutting it fine.
And here is the aforementioned Carol. Not just good at the net. Well behind the line, and that's a wonderful serve, somehow picked up by Fasinho. Lacalor keeps that in play, and then Villani tries to land that, doesn't go to ground. Here comes Gabby. Oh, yes, ole.
There was no way Gabby was going to be able to hit that one for a winner. She just had to place it somewhere to make it as difficult as possible for the Italian defence, and when you've got 3 blockers, that is the perfect spot to put the ball.
How about that for improvisation? Flying through the air, I mean, how many options? Some people just landed in the net, but she knew exactly what she was doing. And that's what Italy are up against. Good block by Thaisa. She's up again with De Ruyt. And that ball ain't going anywhere, except back the other way it came.
Well, the Brazil squad really starting to gel. Such a beautifully formed block. De Ruyt and Thaisa, they almost look exactly the same up there in the air. Twin blockers.
Still Carol on serve. Thaisa's there once more, but this time moving, and therefore the arm was moving and the ball was going out.
The hard thing is when you're chasing the outside block, sometimes it's really difficult to stay balanced as a middle blocker. And you've got to make sure that as the ball is struck by the spiker, you are in the best position. Doesn't matter if you land awkwardly, but you just
From a
don't.
stationary position, surely.
Absolutely.
Out of system, Roberta way off the net, but no problem with Rosa Maria.
Rosa Maria very, very good at getting those out of system balls when she's got it released out to her from that side. Not easy to hit those balls.
Good low serve, picked up by Fasinho. Switches play, that's asking a lot of Villani. Rossio will go once more to the outside hitter, who gives that the full treatment, but Gabby's got a pass in. The overpass from Prix de Ruyt. And we go again. Oh, another great block from Thaisa. Still they can't get through, but yes they can. Thaisa was there, but much to the delight of Miriam Silla, the captain, who's out of action this week because of a foot injury. That's why she's on the sidelines. It's another point to Italy.
Villani's so good, you could tell that everything was going to go into that hit to get off the hands of the block, and that she did.
Nice pass. Nice finish. Woo.
Well, now all the big stars are coming out to play for Brazil, right when it's starting to count now.
Just remember tomorrow, will you wear your pink hair bobble, just like Thaisa and Prix de Ruyt, okay?
Told you they look the same, sometimes in the air.
Oh, great dig by Natinha. Who touched the net? So net touch there, giving the point to Italy. That's going to go straight back over. So a chance for Nawakalo, not taken. Prix de Ruyt was winding herself up there for a big hit, but never got the chance. Gabby, well, it's all out of system on certainly the Brazilian side of the net, and then Villani lands it deep.
That's what they were waiting for, just something to be able to take hold of the Italians and get that good set off. The blockers one-on-one.
Jim, she's enjoying herself.
I think she's having a pretty good time.
Another great rally. Travis, if you don't adjust your screens, that is definitely Thaisa. It's not Prideroich. They look so alike with their tall, blonde hair and those hair bobbles. Well, that's a wonderful swing through by Danesi, standing tall and absolutely giving that a hammer.
Well, they need to use the middles a little bit more, Italy, so they give their outsides, the ones who have been hammering away in the first part of the set, a little bit more space, room to move around.
Nice pass. Oh, thunderous from Rosa Maria, but it doesn't get through.
She absolutely just hangs in the air, and you, as a blocker, it's almost like, is she going to hit? Is she going to hit? Where is her arm coming from? And it comes from way behind her head, and then bang. And you can see that time, Italy's block just a little bit off the net.
She's a European champion, a VNL champion is Anna Danesi, so that was a big hit. Nawakalo. Oh dear.
That one just missing, it was open. Wow. Latinia had her foot outside of the court, ready to take anything. Well left. Or did she even not see that?
Yeah. Not the best pass, but it's a chance now for Natinia. To Roberta. Doesn't go to ground. Mazzaro keeps it in play, and then even Gabby can make a mistake.
I think she thought she might have had it, but good position. They closed the block really nicely, but sometimes it's just, you know, it's a bit of luck where the ball hits you on the arm. If it hits you on the outside of the arm, it goes out. If it hits you in the meat part of the arm, it will stay in.
Italy staying in this rally a lot more, and then off the block, they'll take that. It's off Gabby.
Beautiful hit by Amori.
Italy have just stepped up the intensity, moving the ball around, and at the moment Brazil aren't getting the hits to the ground, to the floor, that they were doing about 5 minutes ago. Wow. Have you ever seen that before?
Very uncharacteristic miss there. Roberta missing the middle. Not sure if that was in fact for Carol. Definitely wasn't for Rosa Maria. That's okay. Have some time to just regroup now.
Essa posição com a levantadora bloqueando aqui. Tá? Isso. Galera, estão arriscando o ataque de novo. Vamos só tentar organizar esse bloqueio. Nós estamos jogando um pouquinho a mão. Calma.
I wonder if some of these players on the Brazilian squad would have felt a bit intimidated when Thaisa came back into the squad. I mean, they would have played against her in the league in Brazil, and they would know her, but she's obviously a bit older than the others, more experienced. So many accolades, but maybe feeling a little bit nervous.
Oh, what a good block that was. Omorui, wow. And they're in the lead.
Well, there's no nerves on the Italian side tonight. Absolutely none whatsoever. Playing their hearts out.
And she's been a star. I know you're doing the post-match interviews. At the moment, if Italy go on like this, and she's happy to talk, you could be talking to her, I'd say. Here she goes again. It's all a scramble at the moment. Now, Rosa Maria tries a big hit off the hands, and that flew out of court.
Yeah, she couldn't quite get her arm up quick enough to get a good hand on that one. Bit of a helicopter hit.
Nice pass from Gabby. Really difficult. That's more like it from Rosa Maria, but Vellani pops it up. Lovely pass. Ooh, and Amorui gave that everything but too much, actually. Just again, like you said about Rosa Maria, couldn't get that down. The arm through quick enough to bring the ball up and then down.
few little errors creeping into the Italians' game now.
Tina does really well. What a good pass that was. Oh.
Gabby even wiped her hands on her shorts or on her
double touch, says the referee.
Yeah, she wiped and she knew her hands were wet. She was going to go for the ball with her hands, but she still did the double touch.
What a good block that is.
And Riverovic just looking around saying, come on, where are you? Cover me. It wasn't that fast a ball, but there was no one back there. I guess they weren't expecting it to go so deep.
Monster block from Bossio, far from the tallest. Just 1.79 meters. Well, what happened there?
Oh, you see the float of that ball. It went from the right to the left and just dropped.
Beautiful serve. Well read by Bossio. And then Villani will try to put it deep into the back court. Riverovic, lovely touch.
Really just looking a little bit stressed, some of the Brazilians.
Yes.
Like, come on,
Say exactly that.
just sharpen up the game a little bit. 2 sets in that rally. Not quite there for the hitters.
Can Carol establish a bit of rhythm and momentum now for Brazil? Not the best pass from Omarui, but Villani will try to land it. And Roig started to come more into the game, but it's gone to Rosa Maria, and that's long again.
Really hard ball to hit. That ball was pretty
not
far.
nice.
It was pretty far off the net, which you don't want to put it too close from that angle and trap Rosa Maria with the block there, but really hard to come in.
And she had to come in off the line as well, didn't she? Oops, Gabby, rare error. It's a scuffy performance at the moment from Brazil, and there's a chance for Italy. Oh! Well, it was a scuffy performance, and then Thaisa says, right, I'll show you how to do it.
I love her reaction afterwards. She shows her frustration, though. She's like, okay, I'll get that, and then after, I don't know, we're going to see it. She just kicks the ball off.
Omaru, she can't believe it, Omaru. I thought, I'm going through here, I've got a point, it's there, but no. Never mind Carol as the problem for David Mesantes. He was sending it after the second set. It's Thaisa. That's long. Four points. That's a tidy margin for Italy, and it's plenty for Brazil and Zé Roberto to think about. And this is all our system at the moment. That's more like it. Now that was a quality hit. My word, way off the net. Brilliant.
Can really rely on Rosa Maria. And she's on that side. Keep feeding her the ball.
Her favoured opposite slot, position 2 in the serve rotation. Straight out from Villani. And back come Brazil.
Villani really hasn't made that many errors at all in her attack. She's been one of the best for Italy so far.
This is what international volleyball is all about, isn't it? Staying at that intense level again and again and again, set after set. Here she goes. That was a real punch. Measured that expertly.
And great by the setter to go back to her after making the error as well. Trusting your spike is so very important. Makes the spiker feel more confident as well.
Nice pass. Oh, what a good block. Danesian Nawakalor. A monster block. Ball straight back into Gabby, wasn't it?
Gabby was trying to flick that off across her body again, her favourite hit. Waikoloa had the arm out ready.
Mostra a rosa aberta lá. O problema é assim, tá por opção. Veio duplo pra cá, tava simples com a Thaísa lá e ninguém no fundo meio. Tá?
Valeu, vambora.
Deixa as duas
Galera,
pra cá.
vira agora, vamos! Sai out agora forte, hein? Vamos lá!
So a second timeout, no more for Zé Roberto and Brazil, because they're up against it again. He's got to be happy. He's not going to show it just yet, because they could easily go down 3-1 if Brazil really get themselves together. But at the moment, this is a really good performance by Italy. Well, that was power by Rosa Maria. She was all set to go, and I think that would have been a magnificent dig if Villani had got that one back. Was she a little on her heels then?
She's in the right spot, but the ball was just flying away from her.
Yeah. Thaísa, low off the net. Perfect. From reception to pass to kill.
And I'd give that point to Denise that time, because Denise took the blocker, she took Carol, she made it so obvious, and obviously the set was fast and wide.
Gabby goes overhead, but it doesn't go through. Peter Royce doing great work in the backcourt, and Gabby goes again, still doesn't get through. So Omarui will have a go. Oh, just picked up again by Peter Royce. And eventually Gabby gets through. Third time lucky, if at first you don't succeed.
Yeah, try again. I just love watching Gabby fly through the air. And this one here, she's leaning backwards, she's on the floor.
She didn't come all the way around the world from Brazil to Thailand to lose her first match in the VNL. She's here to win. And at the moment, Brazil aren't doing that. Roberta composes herself, a bit of quiet, a bit of calm. Ooh, not the best from Omarui there with the reception. That's very close to the net, and she's pushed that out. Oh my word, she's got a little touch. He can't believe it.
Wow, I can't believe it either. How did she get a touch on this? Oh, yes, she did.
Rosa Maria.
It's really hard. I mean, Rosa Maria, she was up there. She thought that she could have got something on that.
Big hit from Rosa Maria. Doesn't get through the block. Bossio. Oh, yes, wonderful. Oh. The attack line fault.
Libero.
The libero had her hands above her head. Let's have a look.
I'm not sure that's the play he's talking about. Interesting. Okay, we'll have to look at the replay later.
She's the setter, but anyway, there we go. That's more like it.
A good way to answer that call is to just win the next point with style. Oh, beautiful. Up high. Uses the entire body. Strong core. When you're in the air and you're hitting a ball like that, you really need to have a strong core, center of your body, strong abs to flick that one.
So is this just a serve rotation, or are we going to see them for longer like we did in the first set? Matsara did well there, got up to help block, and then Manawal unleashes. Smart work by Roberta. So Villani takes over and gives it an absolute bullet.
No chance for Brazil in that point. Italy were in total control from this point on. Not sure how Roberta managed to get away with that. She wasn't over the net. She is backcourt at the moment. Good for Gabby.
points now, the margin of Brazil, dare I say it, sinking in this third set. Lorena is on. For Rosa Maria.
It has to go over, touched.
So,
the block.
Janari to Villani, and brilliantly touched. Such a clever tip.
Just out of the way of the blocker's reach. The timing's perfect. Roberta has to get everything to come forward, but she just can't get there. Out of her reach as well. And here comes Julia.
Think she's popular. The crowd responding. So, what a time to come on. 6 points behind. Omorui thought she might target Julia B, but here she goes for a big hit. No, Lorena. Picked up by Omorui. Good anticipation, Martina. Lorena comes in, hits. The block just standing tall. They're already everywhere. Oh, yes, they've done it again. Villani and Mazzaro. It's like they've got an extra 10 centimetres at the moment. The confidence which is flowing through them.
Well, the front line for Brazil there had two players off the bench, Lorena and Julia B. It was really difficult to try and win a point coming cold off the bench against such a great team right now, Italy.
7 set points to Italy. Wow. That doesn't go for Diana. She'll go again. And then off the hands, Gabby. But, well, at least it's a point. It breaks that run. But even so, Zé Roberto cannot be happy, and his face tells you how he's feeling, doesn't he? So Thaisa back on with it. Brazil on serve. Diana. Big hit. Oh, it comes in. And just when Villani thought she'd done everything right, the ball does not obey her touch.
Thaisa was all the way over the net. Arm coming in a bit late, but just managed to get a touch.
So they're still in it, but they've got to make up another 5 points. Omorui, Bossio, Manuel, Noah Galore puts it down. Thank you very much indeed. 25-19, and Italy come back and lead this match by 2-1.
With a youthful excitement, the kind of underdog play from Italy right now is working for them. They're not afraid of anything. Brazilians, with a few bench players coming on at the end of that set, may not have been to try and win the set, maybe to see what they've got, if they're ready to bring something different, something extra, but also maybe to give some of those players that have been on for the entire 3 sets a little time to just sit back, have a rest, and then come hard in this 4th set.
Because we've seen that Davide Mazzanti's used his replacements very cleverly. Come on to that in a minute if you want to just look at these stats, anything that leap out. Well, I suppose the attack straight away, 15-10, Nawakalo, Omorui.
And again, Italy doing really well in the block. 4 beautiful blocks. Errors around the same, not very high at all. Both teams playing really high standard volleyball.
Thaisa and Mazzaro equal at 3 blocks each. Villani's got 2. In terms of the best scorers, Gabby 16 and Villani 16, with Nawakalor and Amorui with 13 each rather.
Well, when you look at those stats from the attacking point of view, you've got Gabby obviously on top, but the next 3 best attackers all Italian. So that says a lot for the setting choices, I would say, the passing, the great passing from Italy, and also because you have to get past the blocks. So the only way you can get past the blocks is to make those good setting choices. The passing must be good enough to give the middle players a chance to take one of the blocks out and then open it up for the outside hitters.
So if you were Zé Roberto then, what can Brazil do to come back into this match? Because now they have to win this set to stay in the match, otherwise it's 3-1 Italy. and they've started this final week with a final push to get into the top 8. Remember, the top 8 go through to the finals. They could be in a bit of trouble.
Well, I'd put my best 6 on. You have to put your best 6 on. Whoever you think, maybe it's an experienced 6. And as we heard in the player interview from Julia, you know, it's taken a little bit of time, maybe to get used to, 1, Tayasa coming in, and 2, Gabby coming back. So you've got to put them in. I would think you put them in, but we'll see.
So, the answer is, he's gone with Roberta, Gabby, Carol, Rosa Maria, Pridaroish stays out, and Taisa. Danesi, Nwakalo, Omorui, Mazzaro, Bossio, and Villani. So, I mean, it's a great position to be in. You take off Macris, one of the best setters in the world, and put on Roberta, another of the great setters in the world. That's the strength in depth, but at the moment, they haven't got an answer to Italy without Miriam Silla, who's loving it. The captain at the moment, if you're just joining us on volleyballworld.tv, she's injured in training on Monday, and the foot injury has not really responded to treatment, so therefore this week she's going to sit out. But at the moment, those who've taken her place have done a great job. Villani in particular. So, set 4. Brazil need to win this set to stay in the match. Big pipe opening for Villani. Gabby still won't go to ground. Great pass from Villani. And this time, Rosa Maria and Carol together. Yes, they say. Right, that's 1 on the board.
It's just beautiful to watch in tandem, the 2 blockers going up. It's such a big wall to try and get past. But Italy have done well so far. And that lady's done so well as well. Nwakalo, wow, she's hit so brilliantly off the blocks. When she's one-on-one, she's hitting the floor. When she's got 2 players there, she's breaking through the arms.
She caught that flush, but that's a brilliant piece of work by Facinho, but in the end, Brazil take the point.
Italy complaining a little bit about that, wondering if that was legal, if perhaps Carol was either over the net. Yeah, they look like that's what they wanted, but they didn't get it.
That was powerful by Rosa Maria, and Facinho can tell you that.
Great set from Roberto.
Is Roberto or Roberta?
Roberta. Getting my ends of my words, the A's and the O's mixed up. A little bit mistimed there, getting a bit too excited. Flying in from the back line, Nwakalo.
No need for Natinia to worry, and no need for Pridaroish or Carol. Cut that well out. That's more like it. And here comes Gabby. Yes. Wonderful work by Roberta. Could see where Gabby was coming and knew where to put the ball.
And you know, there's no one in the world that hits like Gabby and hits off the blocks like Gabby.
Why? What does she do though? What's her special skill?
I just think it's the speed, the last bit of her arm swing. It's just so difficult to actually then get the last look at how to block it.
Soprattutto adesso magari siamo un pelo più stanchi, la tenete avanti, ok? E utilizzate tutto il bugger. Quello che abbiamo fatto, non dobbiamo mollare un pelo sulle nostre cose, sui colpi d'attacco. Oh! Se loro ti fanno correre, stai più comoda adesso, stai molto più comoda. Vai!
Bizzarti pretty calm in that timeout. He doesn't want to rile his players up at this point. He just needs them to get themselves back into the rhythm, giving them lots of good information that they can use.
There was surely only one way up for Brazil, because they just Never got it together, really, in that third set. But now they know if they're going to take any points, they've got to score. And that is an attack line fault, according to the referee.
Yeah, I saw that too. Gabby's left foot, and she took off. Watch here, it's over the line. It's a good call.
So it was over that 3-metre line, the line which is the difference between the darker area and the lighter area on the Brazil side of the net, and also the Italian. That was straight for Nawaka-Lor. Good switch of play by Bossio, and Vellani is more than happy to oblige. Really quick thinking.
Again, really clever hit. Jenny has, well, she has two pretty good blockers there, but the ball is so tight to the net, she just has to flick it up off the top of the hands.
The ball moves quicker than people. And she's done a great job, Francesca Bossio.
Backcourt there for Italy, just getting in the way. I think that ball may have been flying out, unless it was touched. Didn't look like a touch. Oh, went through her arms, but also touched her arms.
Just sense the stakes starting to rise, don't you reckon it? Italy would love to close this out in 4. Carol frustrated with herself there for putting it into the net, knowing that they've got to win this set. Have a chance of winning, not just this set, but also the match. That's straight back over. Denise will have that every day for breakfast, lunch and dinner.
And she did well pushing that to the left. There's a lot of Brazilian players straight underneath her. She saw that. Roberta was there, swiping it away. Tayesa, afterwards, the stare down. You're not going to be able to block me. You've got 2 blockers on me. I'll still get past you and find some space.
Taking out 3 players there, the 2 blockers and then Nawaka-Lor in defense. Oh, yes. Very confident, beautiful.
She saw it. I love the smile after as well, Bossio. She had a quick glance. Did you see that? She was like, who have I got there? So smart, the setters really are stars of the game.
Vellani winds herself up and it works again.
Well, right now, she's the star player for Italy. The go-to. Some great defense there. And when she got a good set, she was able to put that away. Brilliant.
So Vellani is the star, as you say, up to 17 points. Gabby takes over the role as setter. It's a wonderful pass by Facinho. That's very close to the net. And then put away by Tayesa. That extra height really counting and just crashed it over.
Tayesa is so much taller and reaches higher than the other players. Roberta doing a great job putting the ball in her hands, and that's what the setter's job is for the middles. They have to just put it in the hands. It's not about the middle going to the ball. They're asking for it.
Hoisted high to Vellani. Oh, she can do no wrong. You give it to her and she'll hit it or pass it or dig it.
Again, another clever shot. Rolling it over the top, even with some heat behind it. It wasn't a soft hit. Saved that ball by making a point out of it.
Has to go over. The overpass now for Natinha, Roberta, and then Gabby gives it the full treatment.
Another set-up for Gabby because Tayez had been running in constantly. She'd been set a couple of times, and there's one in that rally, and this one one, Roberta decides, you know what, Gabby's there. The block stays. Gabby just puts it down.
Powerful serve, but Fassini just takes that so cleverly. And Danesi, effortless, just so clever. She turned and was heading back to the service line before the ball dropped onto the ground. She just knew, that's in.
Yeah, she couldn't get a hit on that. Gabby's asking that that hit the hand, but it didn't.
It's side out, and you just sense, yes, he's loving this. This is getting tasty.
Oh, wow, Carol is just absolutely pumped.
Because they know they can play better, don't they?
They absolutely do. When the middles are going off with Teaz and Carol, it opens it up for everybody else. We haven't even seen Rosa Maria hit a ball.
It's a good dig by Peter Roich. Gabby goes for it again. That's surely a net touch. He says four touches there on the Brazilian side of the net.
That ball that hit the net, yeah, it was the ball from Gabby, not a net touch from the blockers.
Wow.
Good call.
Oh, never high enough. You can see that. So can Brazil come back? Will Italy hold their nerve? The Olympic champions in 2016 are leading at the moment, just in this fourth set rather. Oh, it just squeaks over. I was due that, I think she's saying, isn't she?
It's good to see the smiles on the faces of the Brazilians as well. They've looked a little stressed. If they can relax and just play together as a team.
Nice pass from Villani. Coming with the pipe. Options left and right. Peter Royce goes for it. Amore stoops. And Brazil, Italy penalised there for a net touch. And there's why. Bossio Mazzaro. Good run this for Gabby. Well, Peter Roach was in the right place, but just couldn't direct the ball. Reaching up and over. And as you said, sometimes it's just the luck. You think you're there, and it just goes lower than you imagine. It's off your wrist rather than the hands.
Bossio thought she had that. She was a little far off the net. If she was on the net, probably 10 centimetres closer to the net in her block, it may have gone over.
Oh, what a good contact. No, Wakalor.
That's how she started this match. She's been a bit up and down. She's had some really great hits. Had a few mistakes in a row. That'll give her a lot of confidence, as it will give her team confidence as well.
16 points to her at the moment. 19 for Gabby and Villani. Oh, yes. That's one of the best of the match for Rosa Maria.
I said before we hadn't seen much of Rosa Maria, but she's still there waiting, prowling, waiting for that hit.
Well, it was one-on-one, and Villani was never going to win that one. Danesi arriving way too late. The blocker's just waiting. Figueroa and Taisa, and here comes Rosa Maria again. Lovely pass from Amori. That's really clever, and that's a fantastic finish, all because of that wonderful pass from Amori.
It is not easy just to be able to control that ball, but to put it in a spot for your setter. And then Wakalor just absolutely, as we would say in Australia, frothing on that one.
Have some more Aussie phrases if you like. Golani getting the contact, but not the direction. And it's your friend Rosa Maria who's coming more into it now, isn't she? Just starting to be fed a little bit. Now up to 15 points. Oh, that'll do nicely for Pigaroish.
Well, for me, that's almost going to put a bit of a nail in the coffin at this point of the set, but we've still got a few points to go. But when you're 4 points behind and Brazil have been going so well up until this point, ooh.
A swinging ace for Rosa Maria. 5-1 in terms of those ace serves, which is why they gone for a timeout.
Poi sul break dobbiamo fare solo una robina. Tu sulla 7 se stai dritta la tocchi, ok? Su tutto quello che capita da 2 sulla super non volate così tanto, vi fermate prima, e su tutto quello che è contrattacco Gabi e Rosa Maria sono sempre in controtempo, anche loro cominciano ad essere stanche, quindi aspettate e le andate a prendere. 2 robe e le andiamo a prendere. Via, vai!
No more timeouts for the Italians now. They've had both of them. 5-1 down and 17-13 down. So you can understand why Davide Mazzanti went for it. And now Italy need to respond to those instructions, those calming words, as Nwakalor rises and off the hands with a little bit of help from Pigaroish in the back court. That's one off the slate.
Wow, flying high. Perfect, she says.
Good. Not the best set. Gabby made the most of it. And then here comes the pipe. Golani doesn't get it to ground. So what about Pigaroish? Well, she got there, but the ball disappeared way out of court.
Just dropped a little bit too early for her. Couldn't do much with it. Good defense there. Goes to ground on that.
Nice pass, good reception from Pigaroish. Gabby unleashes and takes it off the touch.
Bit of luck there for Gabby on that occasion. That ball was nowhere near going in. But as she does, she's looking for that block.
Up to 20. First player to reach that mark. 20 points in the match. Oh, yes. Lovely block from Carol. That's what she does best.
Hello, Carol. Where have you been? There she is. Ouch.
She's annoyed with herself. You could see exactly what she was trying to do. Turn the screw, get it just over the net.
That is her style of serve, absolutely. Made a couple of errors with it. Into the net today.
Punch it low. Roberta's way off the net. Oh, that was a fantastic finish. Screwing that down the line.
Picture perfect. Exactly where she wanted that ball to go.
What's this?
Danese, I'm not sure where she was standing in defense. She should have been on that line.
Absolutely no hint of celebration. This is business. This is important. Carol's eyes said it all.
Well, it's certainly been business for both teams. I think the Italians have had a little bit more fun tonight than the Brazilians.
Let's see who, it's only, it's that feeling, sing when you're winning. And the Brazilians haven't been doing enough of that. Ooh, very close to the net. It's going to go over. Pigaroish. Mazzara goes for the tip. And she finds the floor.
Way to stay in the game, the Italians there. They didn't stop.
That's out. And an Italian point.
Unleash she did on that one. Goodness me, at the end of this match, she's still hitting like that.
And depending on how Italy go in the next 5 minutes or so, she's going to be needed probably for set 5, don't you reckon?
Absolutely.
Or am I getting ahead of myself? Because here come Italy once more with Omarui, just 2 points in it. Win this, they've won the match. Good luck with the management, I think, isn't it? Dare I say it? Even though Carol is wonderful at the net, just dropped how she would have wanted. There's a big hit from Maloir and back what could have been the last point. Serving change, on comes Dodorico. Mazzaro. Very efficient. Going deep, and just too long. Again, really tough to come off the being cold and part of the squads which took the VNL last year and the European Championships gold in 2021. Sofia Dodorico now watching on the sidelines as Villani rises high and crashes it through again. Well, anything Gabby can do, I'm going to match as well. 21 points to her.
Well, that's exactly right. And in terms of just score on the board, Villani is right up there. She's the Gabby of the Italian side tonight.
So Nawakalor and Bossio on once more. Here is Francesca Bossio. Oh, yes. Look at me. Doesn't she put this away well?
Look how high she hits it from. Over the top of the blockers, through the middle. But you've got to be there. Middle hitters, middle blockers, they've got to be there every single time.
4 set points for Brazil. There's a free ball. Roberta to Rosa Maria going for the space, and she finds it. And that means we're going to 5 because Brazil are levelled. 2 sets all. They've taken set 4, 25-21. What a great tip that was. Such awareness.
Well, who would have thought that it would be such a, I'm going to say, a flip-floppy match. It's just gone 1 minute. Brazil are absolutely on fire. They're working as a team. All their hitters are there ready. Gabby's just on fire. Roberta's setting amazingly. Taeza, Carol, they're blocking. And then the next minute, Italy take over. And you've got all the Italians, all of them hitting. Unbelievable. I'm just gobsmacked. This next set, it really, the first 5 points, I'm going to say whoever maybe gets the 5 first could possibly win it because it goes so fast. And if you have a look now at the stats, Brazil there winning out in the number of attacks, and the 3 blocks really made a difference.
Opponent errors, Brazil as well, so they're sort of giving and taking and so on. So in a way, well, you want to get the best place possible, but
yeah,
in terms of just get through to the finals. But there's a really, it's all bunched up there with the likes of Poland, the USA, Germany, Turkey, China, Japan winning against Turkey, just taking 2 points. So that's the interesting thing tonight, in that whoever wins, Italy or Brazil, they just take 2 points, and the other team will get a point as well. So for Italy, actually, they are desperate to win this, because if they only get one point, Brazil get 2. They've still got a lot of ground to make up. In 8th place.
There's still so many results that can, change that 7th, 8th, 9th position. Canada in the mix there as well, as we said before, and Netherlands, they're not all far behind. They've still got some big matches coming up. But right now, this is a massive massive next 10, 15 minutes.
Come on, who's going to do
squads.
it? Just say it. What do you reckon?
I
Two-horse race.
Literally have no idea. When it's that oh, it's not one-sided, two-sided. When it goes one set for you, one set for you, you know, back and forth, there really hasn't been a massive amount of momentum any one way.
So it's Roberta, Gabi, Carol, Rosa Maria, Frida Roig and Thaisa. Villani, Danesi, Nwakalo, Amoroi, Mazzaro and Bossio. We're underway with Roberta serving in blue for Brazil, and that's Nwakalo giving Italy in white the first point.
Just so exciting to watch Nwakalo. I love seeing her come from that right side. For those of you at home who don't play a lot of volleyball, really difficult for a right-hander to hit from that side. Oh! Thank you very much. Danesi was there. Did not have a chance.
Just 23 years old, Nwakalo. Got a really bright future. Scored 505 points in Serie A last season for Il Bisonti Firenze. That's a lovely finish by Mazzaro.
The other thing is she's not one of the tallest players. She's 179 centimetres. You know, when she's playing against players that are 190, you know, almost 200.
But then when she gets to spike, she's 3 meters 24. We have liftoff.
Exactly, it's all in the jump.
And the hit's like a rocket as well. That's a good swing. Fascinating to see how the likes of Carol and Thaisa and Gabi are going to react. Such experience. Lovely push from Amoroi. She may wonder, but she's not going to ask the referee. That was exactly what I did earlier in the match when he called me for a hold and a carry. But anyway. Italy still in the lead. Amoroi composes herself now. Nice pass again, she's so good. And Villani bends her back. But Natini's there, and so's Gabi, and that's too much for Cecchino. And we're level again. 2 sets all, 3 points all.
I love the position of the camera on this. When you see it from behind that we just saw before the replay, Gabi, she's leaning, she flies kind of to the left, but she sees the opening on the right and she's able to find it. Unbelievable.
That's the standard that she sets herself. And that's the standard Italy have got to match, and that's off the hands, is it? No, it's not. From Villani. Hope she found them. But to her credit, admitted straight away, that was not the finished product that she was hoping for. So Rosa Maria continues on serve. That's not the best pass by Cecchino, but never mind. Here's come Nwakalo. Oh, yes, that's good enough. And the smile again lights up the arena. Such a big leap and such a powerful spike. Nice pass. Oh, ho, ho! Boom from Thaisa.
And Thaisa's looking really focused now. She's not looking frustratedly focused, she's just looking after that hit. The look on her face was like, yeah, I'm here to do this.
She may be 36. She's been there, done that, but it still means everything to try to win at the VNL and for Brazil. Oh, great pickup by Frida Roig. Nwakalo. Oh, the block does it. Gabi and Thaisa together. And they steal 2 points.
This was a great dig by Frida Roig. Way to see that coming. And wow, Gabi was just all over the top of that.
Trying to avoid Thaisa, but instead met Gabi in full flight. Again, a wonderful pass by Amoroi, but it doesn't mean a point or rather Brazil, Italy take the point. So really well played, and Danesi crashes it through.
Great choice of sets. Bossio using the middle, keeping the middle blockers from Brazil ready.
Oh, great dig. That was full fat hit by Rosa Maria. That's gone out, and look at that, Italy back on level terms at 6-all.
You know, all these players are putting absolutely everything into this match. No one's having a bad game. Everybody is playing at their best.
Certainly on the limit. Roberta to Rosa Maria. That's more like it. Measured absolutely to the centimetre.
The longest angle on the court gives you the most opportunity to hit that ball hard without a lot of topspin. Keep that in.
They're heading in the right direction as Thaisa serves. That's low. Villani. Well read by Preet Leroy. She's done a great job in defence. Gabby unloads, and Gabby's got the point. And doesn't this arena know it?
I think the crowd's going to go absolutely nuts if Brazil get this. They definitely have favoured Brazil a little bit in their cheering, but Gabby floating through there, just waiting to see the blocker's hand and being able to drill it off the block. That's just standard spiking for Gabby.
In fase break, partite strette, magari facciamo anche a prendere la seconda parallela con lei e corriamo sul pallonetto, ma basta aprirgli questa diagonale qui sulla 0. Ci siamo? Adesso il nostro cambio palla, c'è solo scappato il primo tempo, ok? Vai, vamos! Via!
So, we head towards the climax of this wonderful encounter between the team ranked 2 in the world, Brazil, against the team ranked 3 in the world, Italy, and the VNL holders from 2022. That's too long. Even Thaisa feeling the pressure.
And just a reminder for everyone that Italy don't have their strongest squad here, so it just goes to show how strong their bench or their second six or whatever you want to call it, their team B plus, goes to show how well trained they are.
Villani sends Gabby out wide. Here comes Rosa Maria. The star for Busto and Novara and Casamaggiore has stung the hands there of Omarui and Danesi, and Brazil have another point. Nice tip. Brilliant. Well, Rosa Maria was down so fast, but for all her agility, just couldn't keep it up. Pridero's lovely reception, and Carol! Give me that chest bump again.
Being so close to the end of this match, I just wonder what's going through the setters' heads right now.
Here's Gabby. No time to think. Bossio pushes it wide to Amarui. Sent wide by Roberta. Still doesn't go to ground. Here's Roberta once more. Prideroy will try the tip. Well read by Bossio. Still the ball won't go down. Roberta moves quickly out of system. And now Rosa Maria tries to float it. An overpass. Omarui. Oh, what a great block! Carol and Rosa Maria together.
Carol coming through with the goods towards the end of this match. Watching and prowling, and it was a double block off both of them. The fact that they were nice and close together kept that ball in.
Italy ensuring that the court is clean. The arena has eyes only for one player at the moment. It's Gabby, wearing 10, the captain, top scorer in the match so far with 24 points. She serves. Doesn't get it down for Mazzario. Here comes Gabby. And that's too long, isn't it? There's no touch, although they're going to go for a challenge straight away. But Zoe Roberto says, yep, we'll go for that. And why not? Just keep Italy waiting. Keep them on edge.
And have a little break.
Right? Shoot to the screen.
So was that a big hit from Gabby, which took a touch on the way, because it was definitely out, wasn't it?
Definitely out. Gabby's always looking for the hands. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a tiny touch.
You never know with a player sometimes. In the moment, it's like, yes, that touched. When in their heart of hearts they know, but they actually want it. They're desperate for this to happen. Was there a block touch? Here we go. No block touch. That was my instinct as well.
No movement at all on the hands of either blocker.
So.
32.
Chance now for Giulia Gennari to serve, try to close this gap.
Big moment.
28 aces for Bergamo last season. How about landing one now in Thailand? There's our first referee happy. He's consulted. And we're all set. 2 points in it. It's in play. Oh, such power from Rosa Maria, but Gennari is quickly into play. It's all in system now still for Brazil as Rosa Maria goes big again. Villani keeps it up with the pass. Oh, Jaguardi didn't get hold of that at all properly. And that's pushed it out well wide, toppling back. She knew exactly what she wanted to do, but this picks up the point that Kerry's often made, that coming off the replacements bench like that for such a big hit, and to be fair, she wasn't in the best of form when she was replaced by Villani early in the first set, and that won't boost her confidence. Now, we're still trying to work. Hello? We thought it was 11-9, 12-9, but has there been, have they got the substitutes all right?
Huh?
Brazil think they've got the point.
Okay.
And so now do our officials. So it is 12-9. Carol does serve. What a good hit. Maloal. I think Gabby's claiming that touched her foot. Let's watch it now.
You can check.
So big hit. She claims that came back off her foot.
It's touch floor.
So was there a floor touch or not? Well, we know what the crowd would think because they're all on the side of Gabby pretty much for Brazil.
It's touch or not.
So the video challenge referee away to my left is looking, scrutinizing the 30 different camera angles he's got on the screens in front of him. And the players wait. The big screen at the ends of the arena, the opposite ends, will give us a verdict.
Show to screen.
There was a floor touch, the challenge has been overruled. So Brazil lose that challenge. Oh, and Degradi, after a swing which went out, it's a serve which has gone out as well into the net, and that's another point leaked away at a key moment. 13-10, back comes Omorui. How difficult and challenging is that for any player to come on? So Rosa Maria having to bide her time while the officials check that Saro is in the right place. The rotation is exactly as it should be. The players seem to be ready. Just wondering if all the officials are happy with the players on the court and their rotation and their positions on court.
You check the position. You check the position.
So, you just heard there, Yu Jiang, the Chinese referee, saying we've checked their positions. Have we checked their positions? Matsado there, you can see that long mane of red hair. Number 12 on the sideline. And the officials on the technical bench making sure that Italy have indeed got the right players in the right position.
Yes, scorer, you caught it. Scorer. This one. You check, yes, that's 21, 23, yes, 30, 32, no, 32.
While we're looking at the referee, I can tell you Davide Mazzanti, the Italian coach, you can see him there, is completely not disinterested, but
No,
seemingly
32,
unruffled. Almost like he doesn't know what the fuss is about.
You change 32 to 2.
I think maybe they've missed the substitution with Degradi going off and Malawal coming on.
Wait, Roma.
Very difficult for Brazil and both sets of players.
Score, yeah, score.
So the players have somehow got to keep themselves on the bubble, keep warm, keep stretched, keep ready. Rosa Maria, for example, who was due to take the serve, has come right into the court area now. She was waiting at the back.
Low number 2 is 32, low number 2. You change low number 2, 32.
We do seem to be making a mountain out of a molehill, don't we? Or is there something that we've all missed? So Rosa Maria, you can see there on her haunches, number 7, with her back to us, just stretching, because she's the one who's going to have that responsibility to try to close out the match, whereas Miriam Silla is sitting, no doubt wishing she was on court. She was the captain until she was told that the foot injury she suffered in training on Monday was not going to repair and recover in time.
Yeah, you are correct. No problem. You are correct.
Well, I think the players see the funny side of this. And rightly so. Don't get head up. Yep, there we go. If you needed confirmation that Gabby was the fan favourite, there you got it. There are very few people, it seems, who haven't brought some sort of Gabby memorabilia. And I saw her, there was Instagram reel of her going down the line of fans, and it seemed about 2, 3, 4 deep after a training session. And she was signing everything, there were selfies all along, and the chant, Gabby, 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 throughout.
Follow team. You change, that's correct.
What would you like me to do, I think he's saying. We've now got the technical delegates involved and the third official.
there.
Layup, please. Layup.
Right, are we there?
Okay, layup. 21. It's 21 and then number position 1. 21.
21, Omorui. Maybe they didn't notice the switch.
That's correct. That's correct.
Whoa. Are we ready? I think we are. Well, it's been a very patient crowd. Right. And we can resume as we were with exactly the same players on the courts as they were before the stoppage. So, we compose ourselves again, in particular Rosa Maria. Amorui. Villani goes big, but straight into the hands of Roberta. And it's 4 match points for Brazil. A monster block from the setter, who's come on and replaced Macris from the middle of the first set and stayed on and played her part. So Malawal and Janari go off. On comes Bosio and Nawakalor. And still, Rosa Maria, obviously, with Brazil winning that point, is on serve. Oh, have we got another problem about the substitutions? Do you know what we have? Is there something technology not working? Something's not happening. Right, we are, okay. Rosa Maria was thinking it was another long delay. I'll just put the ball away and do some stretching. Right, on we go. 4 match points for Brazil against the VNL holders, Italy. Oh, it's a great serve. Just up by Villani. Rosa Maria, the pass. Gabi takes the point and takes the match. And Brazil close it out at 15-10.